Good morning, Year 3. Here is our lesson input for lesson 5 of our maths. Again, starting with some sticky notes to begin with. So we've got multiplication first. 72 times 5. I'm going to use just the short multiplication method this time. So I've got 72 times 5. 2 times 5 is 10, so I'm going to put a 0 in my ones column, carry over my 110. 7 tens times 5 is 35. Add one more 10 would be 36. So 72 times 5 equals 360. Okay, and then we've got some division questions. So we've got 96 divided by 8. Put my 96 here. Divided by 8. 9's not in the 8 times table, so we need to see how many 8's go into 8, which would be 1. Put a 0 in my ones column, and then do 8 times 110 would be 8. Take those away. 6 take away 0 is 6. 9 take away 8 is 1. How many 8's go into 16 would be 2. And then we're going to take 16 away to see if we've got any remainders left. Okay, so 96 divided by 8 would be 12. Next one, partition the following into hundreds, tens and ones. So you've got 675, which would be partitioned into 600. Add 70. Add 5. Okay, have a go at those three below to help. And then we've got two addition and subtraction questions. So you need to put those in the column method. I'm not going to show you those ones because we've done plenty of them. Okay, today we will be comparing length. So you will need to change measurements. So who is taller, Charles or Lulu? Now these measurements, you've got Hannah's in centimetres, Charles in metres and centimetres, Lulu in centimetres, Elliot in metres and centimetres, and Holly in centimetres as well. Okay, so the easiest way to do that would be to change those all into the same measurement. Okay, so we know that 100 centimetres is the same as 1 metre. Okay, but Holly's height is 98 centimetres, so we can't change hers to metres. So we're going to change the rest of them into centimetres. So we've got 1 metre 50 would become 150 centimetres for Charles. And then for Elliot, we've got 1 metre 60, which would be 160 centimetres for Elliot. Okay, so now all of their heights are in centimetres. So using those grids that we've been looking at over the last few days, you can start with converting Charles's height into centimetres. So you put your metres at the top. 1 metre 50 equals 1 metre or 100 centimetres. 50 centimetres, and then add those two together would give you 150 centimetres. Or you can convert the other measurement into metres. So you've got 105 centimetres will be 100 centimetres or 1 metre. 5 centimetres left, add those two together would be 1 metre 5 centimetres. So as you can see, Charles is taller than Lulu because he is 1 metre 50 centimetres and Lulu is 1 metre 5 centimetres. Okay, arrange the following from shortest to longest. Again, as you can see, some of these measurements are in metres, some are in centimetres. So we need to convert them so that they're all the same measurement. So if we've got 84 centimetres, we can't convert that into metres because 100 centimetres make 1 metre. Okay, so we're going to convert the measurements into centimetres. So 2 metres 32 centimetres would be 232 centimetres. I'm going to write it at the top just to help me. 232 centimetres. And then all these measurements now on row A are in centimetres. So now we can put them in order from shortest to longest. So we know out of these ones, 84 centimetres would be the smallest. Across through that, so I know I've used it. And then we've got 232 or 342. So we're going to look at the hundreds, see which one is smaller, and we can see that 232 centimetres is smaller. And then that would leave us with 342 centimetres being the longest. Okay, now underneath we've got kilometres and metres. Okay, so again, an easier way to do this would be to make sure all the measurements are the same. So if we've got 2 in kilometres, we can convert the last one into kilometres as well, because we know that 1,000 metres make 1 kilometre. So I'll put that down there to remind me. And then we can convert this one here. So that would be 2 kilometres and 3 metres. Okay, so now we can put those in order, starting with the shortest again. So the shortest here would be the 2 kilometres, 3 metres. And then we've got 2 kilometres 300 or 2 kilometres 30. So we know 30 is smaller than 300, so that would be 2 kilometres 30 metres. And then 2 kilometres 300 would be the biggest. Okay, and then you'll have another question where it says arrange the following from longest to shortest. So now you're doing from the longest distance to the shortest distance. Okay, so you've got, again, 2 of these measurements are in centimetres, 1's in metres. So an easier way would be to convert all of these into one of those. So we can start with centimetres because 2 are already done for us. So that would become 403 centimetres. And then we need to put them longest to shortest this time. So we're going to look at the hundreds. If our hundreds are the same, move to the tens, which would give us 423 centimetres as the longest, followed by 413 centimetres, with 403 centimetres being the shortest. Okay, let's see if you can do B. Convert all the measurements into the same, so metres or kilometres, whichever is easier for you, and then put them longest to shortest. Pause this video while you do that. Okay, so your guided practice. Ruby ran 2 kilometres 45 metres. Amira ran 2,450 metres. Who ran a longer distance? So to find out who ran the longer distance, we need to convert them into the same measure. Okay, so we'll convert Amira to kilometres. So we've got 2 kilometres, 450 metres. So now these have been converted into the same measure. You will be able to identify who ran a longer distance, okay, which would be Amira. Your next question, Sam ran 5 kilometres 80 metres last week. This week he ran 5,800 metres. Next week he plans to run 580 metres. Which distance is longer? Okay, so first week he ran 5 kilometres 80, then 5,800 metres, and then he plans to run another 580 metres. Which one is longer? So convert them into the same measurement to identify which one is longer. Okay, in your workbook, you are working on worksheet 5, which is page 150 to page 151. If you have any issues, please do let us know.